Salutations YouTube, my name is Cinedote, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Katana Superlight. So the Katana Superlight, if you may or may not have noticed, shares the same name with the G Pro Superlight, and if you may or may not have noticed, these mice also look very similar. I mean, just look at the scroll wheels, they all have like this white outline and thing, and when you look at them side by side, they look very similar. The Katana Superlight is a bit grayer compared to the GPX, which is a tiny bit blacker. But other than that, you know, these mice do look very similar. However, there's one major difference between these mice, which is the shape. So let's get straight into the shape. Very similar or like nearly identical to the IntelliMouse 1.1. And since I have not been playing Quake for 25 years, I really don't know what the IntelliMouse 1.1 felt like before, so I can't really give an opinion on that. However, the shape is definitely on the larger side. So mice have been getting smaller and smaller with time, and when you do, you know, use a shape that has been used for the last 20 years or something like that, you do end up with a bigger mouse. So when it comes to the Katana Superlight's shape, it's definitely on the larger side. So Ninjutsu says that anyone can use this mouse. I don't think that's quite true. I do feel like this mouse is a lot more restrictive compared to the GPX, which I mean everyone and everything can use it. Like every living being in the universe can use this mouse. Even a single cell amoeba can use it, you know, a plankton can. This shape is very safe. But when you compare it to the Katana Superlight, because of like how this mouse is structured, as you can see here, it is outward sloping, which means that the shape isn't safe like the GPX. The shape, I mean, I don't think you can fingertip with it. However, it's very nice for claw and palming. Like I said, I haven't ever tried like an IntelliMouse shape before, and this is my first. However, I do like the shape. I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it's the world's best shape, but I definitely think it's very usable, especially if you have larger hands. However, if you do have smaller hands, I wouldn't really recommend this mouse's shape. So there's something that something weird that I noticed with this mouse is because of how the mouse slopes outwards, it's very hard to like pick up in a way. Like when you're just gaming and shit, it just feels like the back of the mouse kind of falls down because there's nothing to latch onto. Unlike the GPX, where, you know, you do have a bit more mobility in the back to kind of like pick up the mouse and kind of keep it in the same place. So just keep that in mind if you do want to buy this mouse. However, if you like the IntelliMouse 1.1, this is probably the best mouse on the market that you can buy at the current moment, just because there's just so many good features. But I recommend the GPX to everyone, just because of how safe the shape is. You know, if you have the money to buy the GPX, the features are, you know, the features are perfect, near perfect. The shape is very safe for everyone. It's a very ubiquitous shape anyways. So I would recommend the GPX for everyone and everything. However, for the Katana Superlight, I mean, I would say that, you know, if you do have smaller hands, I wouldn't recommend this mouse. If you do want to fingertip, there are better mice for fingertipping. But if you do have a larger hand size, and you do claw or palm, and if you like the IntelliMouse shape, then I think this mouse is near perfect. So let's get into the weight. The weight of this mouse is 60 grams compared to the 63 grams of the Superlight. The weight is actually very nice. You know, 60 grams is very nice for a mouse that is this large. You know, it's quite impressive to see what Ninjutsu has done with the weight of this mouse, because they've brought down, like, they made a very, I'm not going to say very large, but they've made quite a large mouse. Weigh 60 grams, and they made it wireless, which is very impressive. So that's the bottom of the mouse. So this is one of the cheats, I guess, that they use to make this mouse a lot lighter. There's some sort of like honeycomb design at the bottom of the mouse, which, as you can see, is it actually lets in light, which means that it's very thin. However, I have not any issues with like the bottom plate like flexing or anything, so that's a plus, I guess. I mean, it does shave off a lot of weight, and this mouse, weight balancing wise as well, very good. It's a very solid weight. It actually feels even lighter than the GPX. I mean, it is 3 grams lighter, but, you know, when you take it in hand, it does feel lighter than the GPX. 60 grams, I think, is the perfect weight for a mouse, regardless. If you go a bit lower than 60 grams, you kind of get into like stability issues. If you go higher, then it starts to, you know, fatigue your hand, and you just don't get the control that you do with 60 grams. 60 grams, very good weight, off to a very good start. I mean, 60 grams, a very decent shape. Let's get into the build quality. So like I said, the bottom of the mouse, there's no bottom flex or anything. There is no side flex. Everything has been great so far. I mean, the clicks are very nice. I don't know, it was like Guano pink or some shit. I'm not really into switches. I don't really care. As long as it feels good, that's what I'm going to mention. The switch, it doesn't really matter as long as it doesn't deteriorate as fast. So the build quality is very sturdy. The buttons are very nice and crisp. The side buttons are well positioned as well, and they do have a tiny amount of post travel. pre-travel, but I don't think that's going to be a massive issue unless it doesn't deteriorate in the future. And so far it looks like, you know, everything's going to be fine. There you go. I'm just going to show the side buttons. As you do see, it's actually very similar to how the GPX looks. Like even the side buttons, you know, position wise and look wise. However, the side buttons here are matte, are very similar in these two mice. No build quality issues. The coating of the mouse also feels very nice. It's not perfect. I wouldn't say, you know, I would say that I prefer the GPX coating a tiny bit more. However, the GPX coating does end up over time, you know, becoming worse and worse. I don't know if that's going to happen with the Katana Superlight because I haven't had the mouse long enough to, you know, actually try it. But yeah, the coating is definitely good. It's not as good as the XM1R, which I do feel like has the best coating so far in any mouse that I've tried. So that is for the build quality and the coating of the mouse. Now for the feet. Oh my god, holy fucking shit. I have never been this impressed with stock feet before. Just look at these bad boys. They come in pre-rounded and they're so smooth. They're literally so smooth. Like the only issue that I've had with, like, you know, companies that say that they have PTFE, like pure PTFE feet, is they do not round the feet, which means that they come in like an abysmal shape. Because as you may or may not know, when you don't round something, it comes off as like a, you know, like a square or a rectangle. So it's just gonna scrape in to the mouse. Oh, I need to wash my zero. But these feet are definitely well rounded, so it feels really well on my zero. And this is probably the best stock feet that I've ever gotten in a mouse. I'm not going to change them at all because it's just like, I mean, even if I do swap them out with core pads, I don't think it's going to feel better than this. Ninjutsu, you are the first company to actually nail stock feet. That's very impressive. Good job. This mouse is very solid so far. I mean, first of all, very good shape, very good weight, good build quality, and good feet. Just insane start. Well, not even start, to be fair. We're in the middle, but very good mouse overall. So battery life, 96 hours. Now I haven't had the I haven't, like, you know, depleted the battery yet. I don't know what percentage my mouse is at. I haven't downloaded software if this mouse does have software or not. But if true, 96 hours is insanely long. I mean, you're not gonna run out of battery with this thing. 96 hours is a very good good battery lifetime, and like I said, if it's true, then this mouse is, you know, it's just gonna last forever for you. So the charging is unique. It does come with this, where's the cable? There you go. It does come with this magnetic thing, kind of like sticks on it. However, you can't use the mouse while it's charging, which kind of sucks in my opinion. It's like, what? Why can't you do that? Compared to the GPX's charging, which, you know, it comes with this USB cable that you plug into like the dongle, and then you can take it out and then plug it in. This is a lot longer, you know, it takes a lot longer to kind of like take this and then take out the dongle thing and then plug this guy in. So I don't really know if I like the charging solution that they came up with. I mean, the magnets part is very cool. It's something that reminds me of like the MacBooks back in the day, but I'm not too sure if I really enjoy it on a mouse. So yeah, there's that for that. And then the sensor is a 3370. 3370, I mean, really, it's just no issues. It's a near perfect sensor. The wireless feels great, but the mouse comes in 500 hertz. Why the fuck? I don't get it. Why would you, like, I had the Hot ES wireless come in 500 hertz as well. Why would you make a wireless mouse and have it default to 500 hertz? When I first tried this mouse, I thought there was something wrong with the sensor. But then I like, you know, opened up mouse tester. I was like, oh wait, shit, it's on 500 hertz. Why? Why would you put a very nice sensor on a very nice mouse and then have it default to 500 hertz? I don't get it. To change the mouse hertz, what you do is you hold the side buttons for 3 seconds and then it should change. I mean, it's a unique solution, I guess, but I just don't get it. Why 500 hertz? I mean, you probably don't want to use anything under 1000 hertz anyways. So maybe the 96 hours is with 500 hertz, which if true, then you just literally are halving battery life. And you know, then I don't think 96 hours is like a very honest number if it's for 500 hertz. So yeah, this mouse, make sure to set it to 1000 hertz, or it's just gonna feel awful if you're used to 1000 hertz, especially on a high refresh rate screen. So yeah, the price This mouse comes in at $90 compared to $160 in the Superlight. Now, if you have no issues with the shape of this mouse, the Katana Superlight, I recommend just going for the Katana. Like, $90 is fucking insane for what this mouse provides. It is a top tier mouse for $90. I mean, overall, I think this mouse is great, right? I mean, it ticks a lot of boxes. The shape, if you can use it, it's a good shape. I mean, it's a tested shape. It's a well-known shape. And the weight is 60 grams without, you know, having stupid holes on it. The mouse is like an amazing sensor. The coating is great. The stock feet are the best I've ever tried in a mouse. And overall, this mouse is very good. If you love the shape, this is definitely like an endgame mouse for you. I personally don't love the shape. However, I do feel like it is a very solid shape. But for everyone else, I mean, if you do have the budget, I would still recommend the GPX just because of how safe. I think I combined shape and safe together, but how safe the shape is. So if you like the shape, or if you like, you know, like how the shape of this mouse sounds, definitely go and try it. For $90, this mouse is a steal. So thank you for watching, and that's about it for this review. Make sure to like and sub.